Treb released March real estate statistics yesterday, and the big news today is average selling price for a home in Toronto now 1.75 million. It's true. It is very high. That is the price for a detached home in 416 area, but it is 1.75. It is really high. So a couple things to remember. It is an average, so there's always some above and some below. I quickly looked at what sold in March, and three of those were over 10 million, and you can imagine what you can get for 10 million. So that brings the average up. That's a bit reassuring. And then of the 1,400 or so detached sales, about 1,000 of them were below the average. So not everything is at or above the average. That's a bit reassuring. How are people affording this? Well, a lot of these buyers also have something to sell in Toronto, so they're definitely taking advantage of these high selling prices. But how can somebody get into the market that doesn't have something to sell? Condos are a great baby step. The average condo price was 700,000 in March, and that's about on par with a year ago. They haven't increased at the same rate as houses over the pandemic. So that is a great way to get into the Toronto real estate market. But if you're set on a house, there's ways to get a house that is at or below that average. And maybe you don't need parking. Maybe you don't need a brand spanking new kitchen. Maybe you don't need a huge yard. Maybe you don't need detached. So there are ways that we can look. I'm happy to help you look at these numbers. I love looking with you. And just don't be deterred by that 1.75 because not everything is selling for 1.75.